Hey guys, it's Daniel, and this is my video review of episode 11 of Power Rangers Dino SuperCharge, Love at First Fight. This episode starts out with Poisandra and Heckle's ship getting her nails done with the help of some Viveks. Curio walks in with a female Vivek who is attracted to him, and Curio says that Vivek is not my type, and Poisandra shows off one of the main items in this episode, which is her magic makeup kit. She walks up to the Vivek with this magic makeup brush, hits the Vivek with some makeup, and then all of a sudden we get this drag queen looking Vivek with all these exaggerated features like huge red lips, scarf, and this ugly dress. Heckle then walks in and he's very interested with this whole idea of using Poisandra's magic makeup. So he decides that it's a good idea to send this new female Vivek down and attack the Rangers. Back at the command center, Miss Morgan and Shelby are both attempting to contact the Silver Ranger with no luck. She keeps sending voice messages over these satellites. Chase is attempting to make the special spaceship themed trophy that has the corny line on it that says, "Kaylee, I'd fly to the moon for you," which is obviously made for his girlfriend Kaylee, that he plans on giving to her on their date, which is an anniversary. It's not specified which anniversary it is, but you know, it's young love, so it's probably a couple month anniversary, let's be real here. So at a picnic date, he gives her the spaceship trophy that he made her, and also the picnic is filled with astronaut food and drinks because I guess apparently Kaylee wants to be an astronaut or something, and of course it gets quickly interrupted by a monster attack. The Rangers meet up in what looks like a parking garage, and sure enough, it's that female Vivek, I don't know the name on the top of my head, that's attacking with the help of Wrench and Poisandra, along with an army of other Viveks behind them. Chase, along with the other Rangers, quickly morph and they battle the Viveks. And sure enough, the magic makeup is used and paints a whole glob of makeup on three of the Rangers, the blue, the green, and the gold. It physically weakens them and their powers, and Poisandra quickly paints a couple of Viveks and they actually absorb some of the Rangers' powers. Three of the Viveks have color-coded capes and they begin to attack the Rangers. Poisandra and Wrench run off, and Chase and Tyler end up chasing Wrench and battle him, while the other Rangers take care of those Viveks infused with some power. Back to the more important plot line, we see Poisandra and the female Vivek looking for a female human to swap bodies with to try to trick the male Rangers. They come across this red-headed girl, and Poisandra quickly walks up to her, scares her, and paints her with some of the magic makeup and paints the female Vivek, and they basically swap bodies. So now the female Vivek is basically inside this girl named Brittany, and Brittany has swapped bodies with the female Vivek. She's obviously terrified. Poisandra is obviously finished with her, so she dumps her in the trash to get her out of the way, I suppose. Riley, Ivan, and Coda are no longer under the spell and quickly regain their powers once again. After Tyler and Chase are finished battling Wrench, they quickly come across Brittany running away from Poisandra, not knowing that Brittany swapped bodies. So of course they run up and attempt to save her from the attack. As soon as Tyler goes over to attempt to help the girl, Brittany, who of course is actually the female Vivek, rubs the magic makeup onto him and he immediately stops and falls in love with her. After this scene, we see Tyler with the female Vivek as Brittany at the Dino Bike Cafe, and as soon as they start leaving, I believe it was either Ivan or Coda that actually noticed that Tyler had a little splash of makeup on his back, and they realized that it's the same makeup that the monster had on her. Right after this happens, Kaylee, Chase's girlfriend, comes in, who started asking him questions and that she got his text and that she was just concerned. Chase, of course, has to run off and take care of the suspicion that the other Rangers have. So they go to where the battle was previously in the same area of the city. As they're walking near that area, they notice the trash can moving. They open it up and then there's the female Vivek, who they don't know is Brittany. The Vivek explains that it's actually Brittany, shows them her driver's license, they believe her, and they vow to help her out and help return her back into her human form. They bring her back to the cafe, but this time covered up in like a bed sheet, dressed as a ghost because, you know, if they bring a Vivek into a cafe, there's gonna be people running and not comprehending what's going on. Where they come up with a plan with the help of the Graphite Ranger. Shelby and Riley come up with this idea that Chase should talk to the female Vivek who's in Brittany's body because they know he's a sweet talker and he gets all the ladies. Riley actually brought it up, which is quite funny for all the chili shippers out there. Chase eventually reluctantly agrees to help out if it's the only way for them to let Brittany swap bodies back. So eventually they find the female Vivek out on a picnic with Tyler, and Chase interrupts, pushes Tyler into the forest after a little bit of a fight, and basically sweet talks her up, and eventually as he's walking back, he explains that Brittany's body is not normally his type. He prefers girls with big red lips, a bob, and no eyeballs, basically describing what the monster looks like, to try to convince that monster to turn back to her original body. As Chase was pretending to flirt with the female Vivek, of course you saw this one coming. Kaylee ends up spotting them, getting super jealous because not only did Chase flirt with the female Vivek in front of her, he also stated his slogan that was on the spaceship trophy that he gave Kaylee. And of course that just didn't end well. She ran off to the city where the female Vivek must be now, and Kaylee actually follows Chase. Chase contacts Miss Morgan and tells her that the plan is going smoothly and that she's about to go back and switch bodies with Brittany again. The female Vivek as Brittany pulls out the makeup brush and then quickly changes them back. He puts on this whole speech saying that the female Vivek ruins his love life and he's never gonna get Kaylee back ever again. Kaylee is hiding near the battleground, and sure enough, they morph into Power Rangers, and Kaylee sees that Chase is actually the Black Ranger. Miss Morgan brings Brittany to safety as Chase shoots Poisandra's makeup palette, destroying it, and the Rangers have a quick battle with the female Vivek, and of course she gets destroyed, and she grows. She not only grows with 2 spike balls, but also 2 Vivazords as well, proving a big challenge for the Rangers, where they have to summon not only the Dino SuperCharge Megazord, but also the Gold Ranger's Megazord with the Pink Ranger Zord attachment. There are so many combinations in the season, it's sort of hard to keep track of all the names. We go back to Heckle's ship, and of course he's very angry. In a rather interesting way to punish them, he actually uses the rest of Poisandra's makeup palette to swap Poisandra's and Wrench's heads. It's just really funny to see, Wrench's small little head on Poisandra's body and vice versa. And then we go back to the Dino Bike Cafe, where 2 of the most interesting scenes, I would say, in this episode occur, where Chase sits down with Kaylee to try to explain everything, and basically saying that she's better off without him because he has so many secrets that he can't explain. And of course Kaylee brings up the fact that, hey, I know your secret, that you're the Black Ranger, and then he freaks out. He's very relieved because he doesn't have to lie with her anymore and he gets to stay with her. After Kaylee leaves, Chase goes down to the base and is about to explain that, hey guys, Kaylee knows I'm the Black Ranger, but the other Rangers are distracted by a transmission that is on the command center's hologram screen thing, which is another message to the Silver Ranger, basically saying that he is not able to come to Earth and that there is a danger where he is located, and the Rangers are his only hope of sending him to Earth to reunite him with his Titanozord. The episode quickly ends with that transmission call. This episode is another one of those filler episodes, but this time around, just like before, I would say, it's entertaining. I like how with these filler episodes that they actually kind of make it humorous. Instead of your regular run-of-the-mill monster, we have one of their grunts essentially becoming a monster. I was actually laughing at some of it. I thought it was actually quite funny and cute, and I could picture myself as a younger kid really enjoying this episode just solely based on the humor. I don't necessarily know what the message was with this episode. I'm assuming it's to tell the truth, or else the truth will come out somehow based on just the whole Kaylee and Chase focus. It was just a really kind of bizarre episode, but it proved to be very fun. Of course, the kicker is Kaylee realizing that Chase is the Black Ranger, which is funny because she always admired the Black Ranger, and it's just cool when we get introduced to a plot line where one of the Rangers' allies realizes that one of them is a Power Ranger. One of the little things that helped the series progress is the transmission from the Silver Ranger later on in the episode. This time around, the image is not as blurred for people who didn't know what the Silver Ranger looked like if you didn't look at the Japanese footage. I'd give this episode like a 2.5 or a 3 out of 5, which I think is kind of generous. It was an entertaining episode, but it really didn't amount to too much. It made me laugh. It was funny to see a Vivek dressed up like that. In the future, I'm planning on making these episode reviews a little bit shorter. I know this episode review and the previous one was posted up late, and I apologize. I kind of got caught up in editing other videos. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more Power Rangers videos, please click the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. You guys could follow me on Instagram and Twitter at blackandblue572. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!